one's the best crypto asset? Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Which one's the best crypto asset? Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Which one's the best? 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 What's the second best?
There is no second best. What is up, Discover Crypto family? It is good to be back. We're going to be covering the top underrated altcoins, at least in the eyes of multiple different analysis here today that are saying Bitcoin's not only going to traject up towards $160,000, but you need to be watching these altcoins. And I love covering these type of articles with you guys. We have numerous articles coming out now. Top 3 underrated altcoins. What should you buy before Bitcoin blasts past $150,000? 6 altcoins flying under the radar. And so in today's video, as we're going to break down a lot of the news, Elon Musk breaking down Vine, Donald Trump saying some crazy things about crypto, potentially giving us explosive price action Wednesday, and of course, the Federal Reserve FOMC meeting this week that we always cover live here on Discover Crypto every single day, guys. We have a lot of news to break down today. But first, okay, we got to start with the market update and ask everybody in the chat right now, what are your top 3 most underrated altcoins that you're accumulating this cycle? Let us know in the comments below, because I think everybody is going to say a lot of different cryptos since there is so many out there on this market. But it's good to see everybody. What's up, Deadwood? How you doing today? Kevin, good to see you. Yo, bro, we got Bago in the chat. What was for lunch? Duh, it was good old steak and shake triple patty. Bulk season, baby. Was an XRP of videos yours posted and removed Friday? Yes, Steve, it got massively shadow banned. It peaked at 100 views and would not get pushed. So we're republishing it. Well, we published it on TikTok and on the YouTube short, but for whatever reason, the video just got like turned off for monetization reasons. And so we have to rebuild the video there. But I covered everything in that XRP video and Sunday's video. Kind of just bounce back and forth with it, but it's all good. We'll be covering it here live with you guys today. Kita, Plume, Ondo, from your bed. What are your top 3 rated? Chat right after coming in. We're asking you right now, what are your top 3 rated altcoins or your underrated altcoins for 2025? We got Kita, Plume, Ondo, Plume, Tau, Berry, and of course, Ondo, Crow, Say, ATH, Aether, XRP, and XRP only. Lots of tokens coming in. Well, right now, Bitcoin's sitting below $118,000. Market's bit of a pullback, a bit of a breather here in the last 24 hours. Of course, what we've been watching here is what I've been warning you about is we are at a make or break season here. So if you watched my video from last night on Discover Crypto, you guys would already be ready for what's happening this week. You need to be watching this support level. I talk about how in that video, it is not at all an optimal time to buy Bitcoin. It is not at all even technically an optimal time to buy altcoins. But what you're going to want to pay attention to is as long as Bitcoin dominance is above 61, really to the 64% range, you want to be dollar cost averaging DCA into altcoins. Now, why is this? Well, this is simply because if the Bitcoin dominance chart breaks this trend line, this multi-year trend line, and we start breaking underneath 60%, which is the last level of support here, you're going to see a pretty significant upside in your favorite altcoins. And so we're going to be targeting that here today and breaking down a little bit down further for anybody that is just new to the crypto market. Very basic, very simple, very historical data. And now we're seeing a rotation of value. Ethereum last night hit almost $4,000, roughly pushing up towards 3880. Of course, again, pulling back just a little bit here on the daily. You got some traders out there shorting the market, people calling for tops, people saying that this might be over. But I'll tell you guys my thoughts later in this episode as we dive into the charts. So we'll crush it here with all of you. We have Veracity. Interesting one, Watchdog. Watchdog on X says Ra. We have Don C saying his 3 favorite altcoins are Tau, Say, and Render. We have ALB here. Could gain some money as well for y'all. ADA, XCN, and XRP coming from Prayer Gardens. Huge here. Are you going to also check on coins from the chat? Yeah, I'll check on coins from the chat, just not like Berry. Berry sounds like a meme coin, Bago. I'm going to guess it's a meme coin. Tell me if it's a meme coin or not. I'm going to guess it's a meme coin there for you, brother. And there's no reason to just pump meme coins on our show that we know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? Picking up what I'm putting down there. Well, let's move to the first article here, guys. So analysts reveal their most underrated, their most undervalued, their most expected gains for their portfolio here for 2025. We are going to do something with you guys. I'm going to teach you guys something here. Okay. So I'm going to go down these. I'm going to go down these articles, but I'm going to cross out the sponsorships. All right. Remitix, or however you spell this. This is for sure a ad play sponsored article here. But there is two other tokens that I want to talk about. And that is, of course, Avalanche and Chainlink. Why do I want to talk about Avalanche? Well, if I zoom my face in, because Avalanche and Chainlink are some of the biggest players in crypto. Chainlink is one of my biggest bags. Avalanche, not one of my biggest bags whatsoever, but a strong layer one ecosystem. And I wanted to look into the chart action here. You see, AVAX and Chainlink are back in the spotlight. After a dull 2024, AVAX and Chainlink have come roaring back in 2025 with improved fundamentals and renewed confidence among investors. AVAX Avalanche Network's native cryptocurrency token is trading at $24.95, and its market cap at $10.53 billion with pretty significant trading volume. Chainlink, of course, remaining on top of the world as the Oracle provider, absolutely crushing it the last few months ever since we called the bottom at around $10. But both Chainlink and XRP, AVAX are considered to be undervalued crypto ventures, modestly constructing the next generation of blockchain infrastructure. This is layer one scaling and smart contract automation. Now, I'm not going to read Remitix again because I don't know that project. This is clearly an ad there from the article, but I want to just get your guys' thoughts here. If you had to choose between Avalanche and Chainlink, if you could only choose one crypto to hold for the rest of 2025, what are you choosing in the chat? Are you choosing Avalanche or are you choosing Chainlink? That is what I want to talk about because I do believe they're very, very strong platforms there. Next up, you have another few altcoins here. Looks like XRP might be in this article, which is going to be, of course, 6 different altcoins, or a few different altcoins, but XRP number 1. I don't believe XRP is necessarily underrated, but among the top altcoins poised to ride Bitcoin's next wave is XRP. It recently broke out of months-long bullish pennant, which, by the way, I just saw somebody, Da Vinci X. Check this out. This is crazy to me. Da Vinci, XRP, what was it, 41,000? 4160? Do you remember the price chart there, Reese? What was his price prediction? Yeah, here it is. This is insane to me. Chat. This is insane to me. Da Vinci Jeremy came out and said XRP is going to $4,761 this year. Now, I think you guys know where I stand on this, and I'm going to refrain from just freaking out. But what do we do with this information? I don't know what to do with this information. I just don't know, because I see this on X, I see it on TikTok. People are repurposing it. It's getting hundreds of thousands of millions of views, and there's people out there that are actually listening to this and saying, "Man, XRP is going to change my life. It's going to go to $4,761 a year or this year." I just don't know how I feel about this. It's interesting, very interesting. Disregard. I agree. I agreed to saying disregard it, but should we cover it and say that like this is unrealistic because it's getting millions and millions of views on Twitter? Like that's where I struggle. That's where I struggle to go, okay, what do I cover in the live streams here? I really struggle with that type of information because you're like, man, I don't want people to get hurt. But before I get to the top 6 altcoins flying under the radar this cycle, I will cover this because there's some bangers in this one. I want to get some crypto news here with you guys. That is Elon Musk bringing back Vine, renewed with a dose of AI. In case you guys missed it, a cryptocurrency called Vine, which is simply just a meme coin, over the last few days has gone parabolic, to say the least. There's no other definition to this other than it's in the banana zone. Going from roughly 0.02 pennies up 600% to 18 cents. A 600% gain in the time span of just a few weeks because Elon Musk is tweeting out the word Vine. He is bringing Vine. Okay? So is this a good play? Should you be buying Vine? What is happening here? Well, here's the news. Elon Musk dropping this with a dose of AI refers to the fact on an X post he wrote just last week. Musk had dropped hints about bringing Vine back ever since he took over Twitter in 2022. Over the past couple of years, he floated the idea more than once, even running polls on X to see whether people want the 2010s era of the short video app to make a comeback here. Now, if you guys don't remember Vine, I have a few videos we could play here, definitely, which just shows you some old famous Vines. This might bring back some nostalgia.
What the fuck is up, Kyle? No, what did you say, dude? What the fuck, dude? Step the fuck up, Kyle.
What it is? What's up? What's up? Got your nigga in the cup.
Well, didn't know they were going to say that. I was just clicking on the first Vine video I saw. So, demonetization to the max. Hit that like button for us. Because, man, wasn't expecting that. But what he wants to do is bring back those 7-second clips. He wants to bring back those 7-second clips on Vine, which is why the meme coin's pumping. And he wants to turn it into an AI platform similar to the Peak app, which if you guys haven't seen this yet, and I don't know, let me know if this makes you feel uncomfortable or not. Like, are you comfortable with AI content? Yes or no? Check this out. Okay, the audio on Twitter is crazy. This is yeah, it's complete other brain rot content. I don't think I just don't think I'm ready personally for the world of AI content. Like, some of you in this audience right now have kids that are going on their phone and this is what they're watching. It's just complete utter AI brain rot. But I don't know, it's exploding, guys. I don't know how you feel about that, but either way, the chart action absolutely explosive here. You have now a bit of a pullback. It is breaking a trend line here. So we'll see if it ends up grabbing some liquidity. It is just a meme coin. So would I personally buy Vine? No, I wouldn't touch this meme coin with a 10-foot pull. Would I short it? Probably. I probably would. But ultimately, this could continue to run as long as Vine keeps coming back and people kind of feed back into the narrative. I don't know who the creator of Vine is. There was some crazy backstory to it. But if it keeps exploding off that news, the hype could continue on. But if you're FOMOing into this, you're FOMOing into the top of a meme coin rally that's up 600%, massively overextended. So be cautious on it. But I am excited for Vine. I think Vine 7-second content is fun. I like creating content like that. Let's bring it back because it's going to be good for advertising, AdSense, etc. We really have to be wary of AI, though. AI is going to exponentially change our lives over the course of the next 12 to 24 months. Exponentially. What we've seen happen with ultra realistic AI, we're cooked. Are you guys bullish or bearish on AI? Is chat bullish or bearish on AI? Because we are physically cooked when it comes to deep fakes, scams, impersonate, like all of that is going to just, I'm not gonna be able to tell what's right and what's wrong. I'm not gonna be able to tell what's fake or not. I really am not. It's gonna be a very, very weird time in 2 years, even for us. It's gonna be very weird. It's gonna be very, very weird. Check it on our liquidation charts here today. We could see right now. Let's get a little Bitcoin update here. Let me actually pull up some charts here. Let's get some chart action for you guys. Where's Bitcoin heading next right now in the near term before we get to some news for you guys? $170,800 Bitcoin came up all the way to 123,000. We're looking at the 4-hour time frame. We're now creating I don't know if this is going to be a descending wedge, which could end up being bearish in some cases. For pattern traders out there, we're going to be watching this new trading zone or this trading range we are in. So holding some liquidity at $117,304 or $40. Of course, though, lots of liquidity towards 114,000. And my target is still that top of the range that's back down here, 113.7. But we do have liquidity below us. And when you guys are looking at your FOMO heat maps on the 12-hour time frames, you could see that, yeah, you could pump. We could be a little bit bullish. The 24-hour, definitely bullish. But what I want to zoom out to is what's going to happen next week. What's going to happen in 3 weeks? What's gearing us up for August's month? And when you click on that monthly time frame, it is getting more and more bullish. So your worst case scenario for bears here, at this point, we could have actually created a local bottom at $115,680. I definitely would like to see a liquidity sweep of these levels on the shorter time frame that we just saw. But we are seeing a lot of shorts open up, which could push and create a short squeeze back to all-time highs. So if Jerome Powell this week, which we'll be covering, make sure you guys hit that like button right now. If you guys like how much content we're producing on Discover Crypto, give us that thumbs up. If you're on X, repost. But more importantly, turn on those notifications because we're going to be live Wednesday this week covering the FOMC meeting, just like we do every single meeting. And if you're somebody that wants to keep up with the latest date and latest information, data and information in these markets, be sure you guys are subscribed to our channel with those notifications on so you do not miss out, because that day is going to mean a lot for the entire crypto market, especially if there's any signs of dovish results taking place. So on the next 12 to 24 hours, what am I expecting? Well, next 12 to 24 hours, if we break $117,000, you're going to want to look at the 24 to 3 hour time frame. We have liquidity down to about $116,000. I would expect a bit of a local bottom around one of these areas with a reversal back towards 119, 120K to take out some of that liquidity. Unless a wrench is thrown in the market and Donald Trump tweets out World War III, we're still in a very bullish bias in this market. And you could see it, especially on altcoins. Look at Ethereum right here on the right-hand side. When you look at Ethereum is more bullish than ever. Look at the 24-hour time. It wants to break $4,000. Ethereum wants to break $4,000. We have liquidity not only above it, but it is massive resistance. Once Ethereum breaks $4,000, it is going to break Bitcoin dominance, and you're going to expect some really volatile upside. It's going to be really, really strong for that day. There'll probably be really big gains on the day that Ethereum officially breaks $4,000. On the near term, though, we could see resistance at 4K, and you're going to want to pay attention to this chart right here. You're going to want to really watch. Does the green side end up being higher than the red side as we approach these key levels? Do we have enough volume to push us through that $4,000 level? And it is looking more and more likely every day here. Thoughts on Omnicoin, Josh? I'd have to check it out for you, man. What do you think about Supra? I'll get to altcoins for you guys here just a little bit, Francisco. I'll pull up the altcoin charts, and I'll pull up all your guys' altcoins, do some charting for you guys, and look up the liquidity, even pull up on the FOMO liquidity maps for you guys. Chainlink, we like. AI video is a bit scary, but AI product design will push us energy and freedom and into the future. I agree, Nate. There's a lot of exciting things about AI. For example, like especially from like a health, like biotech, bioengineering like level, there's a lot of bio advancements that AI is going to be able to do because it could just prompt, and it can compute millions of prompts at the same sequence at the same time and have much stronger solution. Like it's going to be scientific discovery is going to scale by 1000x. And that is really cool. But at the same time, that computer, I don't know, we've all seen iRobot. You know what I mean? We all have seen iRobot. Is it going to end up being like iRobot? I have no idea. We might need Will Smith to save the day. Walrus, please. Axelar. I'll pull them up for you guys. Moving on here, though, just in publicly traded Bitmine Emergent consults research firms on ETH valuation estimates. This is insane to me. Tom Lee estimates a price of $60,000 per coin. $60,000 Ethereum. I highly disagree with this, but people out there believe Ethereum. Like, let me know what your Ethereum price prediction is for 2030. Is Ethereum going to 5K, 10K, 15K? What is ETH's price going to be towards 2030, 5 years from now? $60,000 per coin, man. I mean, that's my wet dream. That's a straight up wet dream. But I don't know if we'll end up saying that. Breaking news here. Kraken launches ADA perpetuals for 15 million traders. Kraken, one of the world's largest crypto exchanges with over 50 million users, just dropped coin margin inverse perpetuals for Cardano holders. Shout out to Cardano holders. More manipulation, baby. Ask Crypto comes out saying ETH is being manipulated. Cartels buy Ethereum on the spot market, short on derivatives with bigger money, and then sell on spot rapidly, creating panic. They lose small money on spot, but they make more money on the short. Rinse and repeat. Guys, welcome to Market Making 101. That is how market makers works. They want to go after you. They want to take you on. They want to destroy you. They want to liquidate you. They want to eat you. That is what they're doing each and every single day. You have Flight Token here coming in with a, can you compare ETH and Karate? It's pretty scary. I could definitely pull that up. Let me go ahead and star the message for you. That way we react to it as soon as we pull up the altcoin part of the show here for you. Dump it. You have CryptoFace. This one's kind of scary because CryptoFace is quite a goated trader. But dump it. He shorted Ethereum at 3809. Actually, sorry, entry price 3869, and is now up $90,000. Bro is making salaries on a daily trade. Insane. Anthony Papiano, though, is coming out and saying this in this 19-second clip that the United States will be buying crypto.
Oh, there's still a lot more that we're
What do
looking
you
for. I think there's really three things that people are kind of paying attention to. The first is the United States government at some point is going to announce that they're buying Bitcoin. Creating the initial Bitcoin kind of strategic reserve and sitting the Bitcoin that we already had there was good, but that's kind of the, not the main dish. The main dish is when they start buying, and I think that will happen at some point. Oh, there's still...
The main dish is when they start buying. Also agree. There is going to be a point where governments start buying crypto. There's going to be a point where the United States starts buying crypto, Saudi Arabia, China, etc. And it really just starts causing mass supply shocks across the market. You have supply being drained off exchanges. And that is going to cause a short squeeze at some point because there's going to be so much demand for crypto, for Ethereum, for Bitcoin. It's going to be the supply shock that just pushes that price higher there for you guys. Radwell, thank you for reposting the stream. Absolute boss. Much love to you. Taco, same for you guys. Thank you for reposting on X. You guys are the goats. Thank you for all the likes coming in. 15K, though. Here's some of your Ethereum price predictions by 2030 from chat. Aaron, 15K. Nate, 15K. 10K this cycle from Epsilon. Rob got it. $12,000 Ethereum. 18 and can't seem to break 20. Don't know if he's referring to or not there. Warren Buffett coming out and predicting a massive crash. Huge market warning. Warren Buffett, the greatest trader of all time, is piling into cash positions again for the first time since late 2021. Warren Buffett is once again in a huge cash position as he has taken it ahead of crashes and bear markets. I see a lot of people saying a bear market won't come for crypto because of legislation, ETFs, ISO 222, and whatever else narrative they dreamed up. History is not on their side. Markets move in cycles, and these people clearly don't understand how markets work. I will personally be taking profits over the next 2 to 3 months and will allocate some of my cash to buy the bled, fear, and depression in 2027. So, analysts coming out here. This is Tony Edwards. He Thinking Crypto on YouTube. Really great channel. Check him out. It has tons and tons of great interviews. Thinks that 2026 or 2027 is going to be a bloody time, a depression of a cycle here. And as you can see on this chart, whenever Warren Buffett allocates to a cash position, these red lines, not too long after, within 2 to 3 years, you have a massive crash. You see him make money. Of course, he's actually allocating cash here too, but his big 7 months, a year to 2 years before the big crash. Once again, you saw the bear market in 2022, or start allocating the cash. He's been allocating cash since 2016. I actually don't like this chart at all. I'm now realizing this is literally propaganda because check this out. You can see it faintly. This way, you got to be careful on X, guys. Look how he was going heavy into cash all the way to 2019. He stopped spending his cash moving into 2022 and started allocating again. So we could have based off this chart. I mean, you have 2 to 3 years to be ready to worry about a crisis. It's interesting. But also, he's got way more cash today because of inflation, also because of his go-to trades, but because of the devaluation of equity. This is interesting. That's interesting. I'm not too scared about this chart. Buffett has lost a lot sitting on cash for a good while already, though. Buffett should have listened to Prophet Tom Lee. Yeah, but he just doesn't have to. The problem is, people think that he has to. It's the dude's sitting on so much Apple stock, the Amazon stock, or whatever he's in. He's just printing money. At that point, bonds are the best. They're zero risk. Put $400 billion in the bonds, you're going to make billions of dollars. It's a much different mindset at that level. Justin, though, the White House digital assets report will publicly be released this Wednesday per Bloomberg. This is huge. 80 pages of commandments nobody plans to follow is a funny first comment here from Judas. But ultimately, this is a huge day because you have the FOMC meeting and you have crypto legislation. So imagine if both are bullish, chat. Imagine if both are bullish at that level. It's going to be insane. You want to see if Vine is collapsing. We have close. Global money supply is soaring. China's M1 money supply is now up plus 4.6% year over year to a record. This is why we Bitcoin. This is why we Bitcoin. No matter what, China, the United States have to print money. They have to. U.S. debt clock. If you guys have never seen this website, it is a real-time display of the U.S. national debt. There's also a bunch of other debts on here too. You can find literally anything you want. Let's see if it loads because it's so fried. It should load. We'll see it load in a couple of seconds. Now, why this is important is because it's trying to load an ad. How do I get rid of this? Why is this like that? Oh, let's click on it. Bruh. Okay, we can just zoom in right here. You can see it right here. U.S. national debt is currently sitting at $37 trillion. The point I was trying to make was simply that no matter what, if you hold Bitcoin, the reason is the store of value is the United States and the rest of the world are going to continuously print endless amount of capital. Every time they print another dollar, it devaluates the value of the dollar. It increases the value of that hard asset. Bitcoin, gold, silver, etc. Sometimes this results in equities going higher. The stock market, the NASDAQ, the SQ, etc. going higher, right? That is because of a depreciating value of the dollar as they print more and more money and global money expansion. M1 money supplies start to take off. And we're seeing this with China. China's M1 money supply is now up 4.6% year over year to a record $16 trillion. This marks an acceleration from the 2.3% increase in May and the 0.4% increase at the start of the year. China's M1 is twice as large as the United States M1, excluding savings deposits, which stands at $8 trillion. It also accounts for 33% of the G10's total M1, positioning China as a key driver of global liquidity. We view money supply as a key leading indicator, which suggests upward pressures could return in the coming months. Is global inflation about to reaccelerate? Is the question now everybody is starting to ask. Because if we start printing money, if you start spending more and more money, what do you think, guys, is going to happen to risk on assets? They're going to pump. If the United States prints money, for example, COVID-19, when they launched stimulus checks into the market, it predicted the exact beginning and end of the retail bull run in 2021. And it's simply because when the U.S. government gives money to the lower income, it's not because they actually care about the lower income. Maybe in some ways, sure. I definitely think there's people out there that actually think they're doing a benefit. They're being beneficial to the lower income class because they're giving them free money. The problem is most of these people in lower income, 90 to 95% of it, you can look up these statistics, are actually not spending their stimulus checks from the United States government on store values or paying rent or, like medical bills or paying off debt. They instead go speculate. They go buy new sneakers. They go buy new iPhones. They go on a vacation. They waste the money. And all of that stimulus money that's injected into that market, this gets rotated, backed up, and sucked through the capitalistic wheel back to the ultra wealthy, to all the institutions, to all the, every big player. And that's just because of the market mechanics. Now, can you stop that or prevent that? You have to educate Congress. Congress doesn't know any better. Congress purposely doesn't have a 3% deficit spending limit on their budget because they know they can't control that. They don't know how to spend. They don't know how to manage. Very few people in Congress that are actually intelligent. Most of them are political talking points. How do I know this? I could simply ask the chat here, name 10 representatives in your Congress right now. You probably can't. And guess what? There's well over 400. So you can start putting the pieces together, being like, okay, why is it so unorganized? Well, that is why we Bitcoin. Because no matter what, we understand the government is going to always print more money. We know consumerism is only going to scale. It's getting easier to buy things. You can literally use Apple Pay. You can face scan. Soon you'll probably have a chip in your arm where you can just walk into a store and walk out, and it will know that you're thinking that you purchased something, and it'll auto scan and buy. That is where we're heading in these. Now, before I get to the top 6 altcoins flying under the radar, make sure you guys hit that smash that like button, and of course, turn on those notifications. But I have to talk about somebody who has been scamming people over and over and over and over and over and again. The same type of people I tell you on stream, go all in on some money fucking, money fart inu poop coin, right? There is a massive wave of accountability finally happening in crypto. Not enough. It's not enough, but it is the start to something. And that start is FaZe Banks. FaZe Banks today came out on Twitter and said, I've never scammed anyone in a day of my effing life. The entire narrative is unfair, and part of the reason it exists is because my FaZe name is so easily farmed and manipulated. The fact this is affecting the guys at all is whack. So for the time being, I'm going to be stepping away from not only FaZe, but all of this internet. It's destroying my life inside and out. Sucks my entire life gets ruined over something I didn't even do. The real ones know. I wish I could say I'll be back, but really, I don't know if I will. This is insane, man. Trying to play the victim, but the dude was running the empire of meme coins scams. If you guys didn't know this, FaZe has been running scam after scam. I did a Save the Kids one way back when. He fired everybody. They launched something called MLG, which was like an entire gaming token. He went on Aiden Ross's stream, got Aiden Ross scammed, which is like all these individuals, these guys right here, all 5 of these guys just absolutely extracted liquidity from Aiden Ross's stream. That's where the beef is coming. I don't know if you guys follow these streamers, but the problem is this is that meme coin sector. These are the meme coiners. This guy right here, one of the biggest pieces of shit. He's a genius because I don't know if he's going to get away with it or not, but he just extracts liquidity after liquidity after liquidity from meme coin after meme coin after meme coin after meme coin after meme coin, rinse and repeat with every single popular celebrity, etc. So this is like one of those moments where he's trying to make people feel bad for him, but he's the one that's surrounding himself by the people that are extracting and pumping scams. Not to mention their exchange or whatever they launched was completely, it was just BS. They just printed money off of it. So super interesting here because all of these members are now probably going to end up in a CoffeeZilla video, and hopefully we'll see a bit of accountability. We'll see them stepping out and getting fired, losing their jobs, getting canceled, because at the end of the day, they straight up are knowingly creating a meme coin to rug pull. Like that's what they're doing. They're knowingly creating a meme coin, inside trading it, making all of this money, and then rug pulling it. They're not actually trying to develop a meme coin. There's nothing wrong with meme coins. There's something wrong with people that are telling their entire community that they're going to try to build something that it's not. And that's what's happening. So I have no sympathy for the scammers out there, and it's good to see. Good to see. But moving on to the top 6 altcoins flying under the radar. This is the top 6 altcoins. Codename Pepe Agent gains traction after burning eyes at a 2.1 milestone. I don't know if that's actually anything good other than a scam here. Is there any really good stuff here? Here it is. Let's scroll down. We always got to get past the damn. They always do top 6 hidden gem altcoins. One of them's always an ad. One of them's always. If you guys are ever reading these articles, understand one of them's for sure an ad, and that was Avalanche. Though we already talked about earlier to stream. Chainlink number 2. But here we go. Polygon Matic. Polygon's leap forward from Matic to Pol and what it means. Polygon, formerly known as Matic Network, is preparing for a significant evolution. I would love to see this because Polygon Matic has been one of the most shit performing assets. I can't even see it on here. In the crypto, it is not, dude, this was one of my first 100Xs. One of my first 100Xs was Polygon Matic. Type 1 in chat if you hold Polygon Matic. Let me know in the comments right now if you guys hold Polygon Matic. This was one of my first massive, I got in at like 3 cents. It went up to just well over into the dollars. Has since drained to 22 cents. I lost 7K. Oh my God. I luckily made so much money because it was 2021. I still hold my Polygon. Dude, it's just bleeding. I should just sell it. Like I should just take the loss at 100% take the loss at go to, here you go. So back to the article. The token called Pol. This move aims to support. Yeah, so the planned migration has generated excitement among investors and developers. No, it has not. There's no investor that is excited for Pol right now. Name one. I can't name any. They're all pretty aggressively tired of what's happening. Polygon functions as a platform that connects. I want to see if there's any alpha here. Historically, the Matic token experienced significant growth as the platform gained adoption. Price movements have reflected the market cap's confidence in Polygon solutions. Looking ahead, some forecasts suggest that Pol token could see substantial appreciation driven by increased adoption technological advances. Let's just take a poll. We're going to take a poll because this is kind of like a chat GPT thought process here. Yes or no? Do you think Polygon Matic is going to crush it this? Yes or no? I'm mixed on it, man. I want to see it win. I want to see Polygon Matic win. But bro, the tokenomics or whatever they shifted, like I think it can go back up to 64, 75 cents. Very possible. It's ugly, man. It's ugly out there for the poll community. Pray for us, man. Polkadot, though, number 5. Number 5. They're saying Polkadot is a hidden gem. Polkadot is a network that helps different blockchains talk to each other. Interoperability created by Gavin Wood. Back in 2021, Polkadot reached an all-time high of $55. However, now in 2025, what does Polkadot sit, you may ask? Where does Polkadot sit? Polkadot sits at a current market cap or current price point of $3.90. Now, I've drawn this out many different times. This $10.40 range is the absolute most I think Polygon can get to. You need to break past this support line. You'll need to break past this support line or this resistance line to see any significant value. But because of so much dilution in these markets, is Polygon Matic a hidden gem? No. But is Polygon Matic, in my opinion, something that could see some upside from where it's at today? Of course. Of course. I would 100% say of course. And not only that, if it does get back to where it tends to pump, just like we saw in November with Donald Trump's election, that's still from today 167%. So still a massive opportunity to buy if you guys are looking to make that trade. But like once you're up at that percentage level, I would be so cautious of trying to trade for a $50 Polygon or for Polkadot. I don't know if we're going to see that. You're going to have a massive resistance level at $10.40. Let's see what chat has to say. Nate says DOT has a better chance than Polygon. I actually agree with this to an extent because Polygon didn't have to, or Polkadot didn't have to rebrand. They still have a strong narrative, strong community, but I think it will do all right. I think, again, I think Polygon will 2x if everything else is left-wing trash, EVM dead project. Left-wing trash. Why do you think it's left-wing trash? I don't know what's left-wing about it. Let me know. I've sold all of my DOT and will not be reallocating. I agree. DOT was a Ponzi. I don't know if it was a Ponzi. I think it was a failed ideology. They had a system where they wanted to launch a interoperability. Remember the parachain slot auctions that never came? Like they wanted to build things that didn't work. And those things didn't end up working. Where they should have just focused on interoperability between other blockchains and actually partner. That's all they should have done. Someone who just got out, don't. Bro goes, don't. Don't pump the bag. Don't. Well, let's see what number 6 is. Because I think you guys are going to like number 6. All right? W's in the chat. L's if you disagree. W's if you agree. Number 6 for the most underrated token on this list is Tau, fueling the future of decentralized AI. Now let's pull up Tau here real quick. Do we like Tau, chat? Yes or no? Do we like Tau? W or L? Tau, much better. Look how beautiful this is. Tau is actually doing something. Tau's actually got volume. Tau's got community. Tau's got revenue. Tau's got technology. Tau's got products. BitTensor is crushing it. So for Tau here, I'd say Tau's a fantastic place. Would I buy today? No, Stochastic overextended. There might be some DCA points. There might be some DCA points coming in here soon. Would love to see the MACD cross back over for a while and see some more consolidation. For example, the time to buy Tau, look how easy this was to spot. If you bought Tau at $300, check this out. Overextended on the RSI. Massive support at 305. Stochastic overextended. MACD reversing. Beautiful, beautiful entry point. If you guys know when I'm going to be entering a lot of these trades, a lot of these projects, when I'm going to be dollar cost averaging, I simply use and teach in our Discover Crypto Discord channel, FOMO.io, which has our widget dashboard, which you guys have seen many, many different times. This lets me, pretty much predict bottoms and tops with liquidations and rotations with our signals, our open books, our order books, and our volume profiles. So if you guys want to know when I'm entering, come join that in the Discord. It's a great place to be. But Tau here, BitTensor DAO, aims to create a true marketplace for artificial intelligence. We like this. We do like this. Anyone can access the open source repository of machine intelligence that BitTensor provides, and the openness encourages innovation on a global scale without barriers. Users are rewarded with Tau tokens in proportion to the value that they add. Very cool project. They've done a lot of expansions. Massive, massive, massive play there. While AVAX, Link, Pol, and DOT have shown strong performance, their short-term growth potential may be limited in the current market structure. I agree with this. So out of this list, let's say the only one I like is Tau. Well, I like Chainlink too. I like Chainlink and Avalanche. I do like Chainlink. So there you guys have it. There you guys have it. Let's pull some altcoins up and do some TA for your guys' altcoins. Let's have some fun. Guys, let me know what altcoins you want me to pull up and start talking about here. Used to be common. Now they're the only company left in the space doing it. Oh, damn. Wait, what am I doing? Marking up the... There we go. Is there raining outside? I don't know if it's just the kids or what. All right, let's go to ETH. Where are we at right now? Is everything bleeding or not? Are we bleeding? Are we going to zero? Yeah, can you shut that door? That way. Whatever Josh predicts, add about 5x to it. You're welcome, guys. Yeah, that's also true. I'm very conservative. You guys know this. I'm very realistic. I'm a very realistic conservative trader. I'm not here looking for the moon, but I'm not your moon boy. I'm not your average moon boy. Hit the like button if you guys appreciate the non-moon boys. Okay? I want to know if you guys actually appreciate non-moon boys. I'm not here to tell you you're going to get rich. I'm here to tell you how to make money. Big difference. Big difference. Big difference. All right, we got VeChain. VeChain's a pretty decent play. I actually like VeChain. It's just not the project that I'm looking at to... You're not looking at VeChain to 100x. But VeChain's got a great supply chain product. They have real revenue on their system. They have had massive partnerships with like Walmart of China. Big plays. They're partnered with the UFC. Now, is it a good play to trade? Well, you're at a very good point here. You had a very good entry point. But I'm not entering VeChain to make a 10x. If I'm entering VeChain, I'm entering this to go, okay, what is the possibility of getting... I mean, it's a 2x back to this previous all-time high here in 2024. This is likely here. I mean, if we get another run like that we saw with Donald Trump with that winning of the election, you're probably going to see that rotation again. But to bet on it going to 28 cents again, I think there's way too many products out there, way too many systems out there, and I could be wrong. So your first targets, I would definitely be looking on the weekly time frame. How I would find this is just look at my liquidation levels on the weekly, which we'll register in just a moment. And we are building this trading tool for you guys in FOMO, so you'll be able to have access to your liquidity ranges. But definitely, of course, like 5 cents, 6 cents, 7 cents. You should be looking to take profits along the way there for you guys. Let's do Kita. Kita, I do like. Kita, I actually need to buy a bag of. I called the bottom on this. I didn't buy it. I should have bought in the bottom when it went down to like 60 cents. Kita's launched by Eric Schmidt. It's perhaps the world's fastest blockchain. It's crushing it. It's killing it. Another platform that's crushing it right now is Zora. Zora's been pumping like a mad god. I was literally told to buy this last week because I know the dev. And I wasn't told to buy it. Like I was like, he's like, dude, we're building something really cool. He's like, dude, I should have just realized what was happening here with Jesse Pollock. Like I should have just realized it's insane. Just insane. Crushing it play. So I wouldn't touch this, but I would touch probably Kita here when you get a nice hefty pullback there for you. H-bar, I really like H-bar. I'm one of the longest holders, if not the... How long have you been holding your H-bar in the chat? Let me know. I've been holding for 4 years. I've been holding for actually over 4 years. How long have you been holding H-bar if you hold H-bar in the chat? Let's pull up H-bar. H-bar went right up to the point we're talking about. We just trapped in some investors, which we're probably going to see a little bit of a pullback here. H-bar I'm not buying into at this point. I have a massive bag of H-bar. And anybody, I see TikTok videos right now. It really turns my stomach because they're saying H-bar is going to 10x from here at 30 cents. It's like, dude, H-bar already done a 10x this cycle. So for me, I know I'm conservative, but I would like to see all-time highs. I would like to see 50 to 60 cent H-bar, and I'm taking profit. Taking profits. You know? Can you be a list on Kraken tomorrow? First X? Nice. The Discord link in the description doesn't work for you? Is there a mod or someone listening in, Aaron, that can change the Discord link to the right Discord one? I don't know why it wouldn't be working. I don't know why. But I'll fix that for you, chat. I'll make sure we do. You can also just go here. Actually, if you want to join it right now, let's make sure you guys get in there. I want you guys to get in there. You can follow me on X, okay? Give me a follow on X. If you click on my X profile right here, and you click on the link me, you could find the Discord right here. It's the second Discord. Discover Discord. You can also click Discover Crypto. That's a YouTube channel, but Discover Discord right here will take you right to the Discord. You have FOMO right there as well for you. Come join our Discord, guys. Come join our Discord. Come join our Discord. Do it. Also, 20 likes, guys. Hit that like button on X. We have over 1,500 people watching right now. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit it, and quit it. What do you think of AOX, Nick? I don't think that's the right project. AOX? Compound. Oh, dude, I haven't talked about Compound. Let's actually pull up Compound. Bros in the DeFi, dude. Bros in the DeFi. I mean, it's not a pretty chart. Okay, let me show you guys how I'd like to enter a crypto. Okay? I'm going to show you guys. I think you guys need to see this. Let's pull up Compound here. Probably here. Compound's here on this chart. How I look to enter a crypto, because like when I'm looking at this right here, there's no entry point. There's no entry point on Compound. Like stochastic's overextended, yeah, but the stochastic can be overextended for weeks. The MACD is kind of like you're at a 50-50. RSI is 50-50. Like if you're entering today, I don't know, right? It's 50-50. There's no confluence happening. No confluence, right? So what I like to do is on fall mode is I go to the liquidation heat map here. I'm going to scroll out to like the 3-month time frame. I want a quarterly time frame to know where the price is more than likely heading, and I want to find, areas of key interest. So on the 3-month time frame, I have to start off by saying, wow, a bullish. Compound definitely want to go towards $62 again. The bright yellow line at the top of that cycle, guys, very simple. The brighter the color, the more money. The more money, right? So when you're looking at this bright line above here, it means on the 3-month horizon, it says Compound wants to push towards that range. That's where the most amount of money is. Market makers are going to want to move it there. So if Ethereum is going up, Compound's probably going to go to $62. So what I need to find now is like on the monthly or the weekly, we want us to find a support level. Here you go. $45. You can see bright yellow line at $45. So while on the 3-month, the trajectory of the 3-month is saying it's bullish. You can also look at the monthly, and the monthly is going to say it's bearish. But that means within the next month or two, you're probably going to have a reversal. That's how you use this chart. It's a flow of money flow. It just goes like this. This is how markets work. This is why there's cycles. There's always going to be cycles. Anybody out there that's telling you crypto is going to go up and to the right forever, they just don't even know how markets work. You probably shouldn't be listening to them. It's physically repulsive when I hear somebody say, "Oh, there's no." It's like, dude, every market goes up and every market goes down. Why? It's a barter system. To buy, if you're buying an asset, somebody else is selling it to you. You're buying and selling. If you're selling an asset, somebody's buying from you. So you have to have this liquidity. You have to have this market of constant buyers and sellers. And that's why rotational periods of cycles come into effect, especially when a lot of that market is retail or psychologically impacted. So you get a huge news event, World War III. Everybody's like, oh, pull my money out of the market. Crashes, opportunity, right? Same thing. Everybody's, I got to pile into the market. I'm going to buy. It's all-time highs. I'm going to FOMO into this. It's going to go to the moon. Bitcoin's going to go from $120,000 to $250,000, and it's not going to stop, and you're going to miss out. They FOMO into the top. Then they become trap traders because institutions go, oh, wait, there's more money at $44 instead of $56. Why don't we push the price down there first? We'll open up leverage positions on the back end or farm a liquidity pool you don't even know or understand. And then they're going to sell BTC on the open market, cause fear at they'll take like a 60, 70,000, or maybe they'll take $1 million, $2 million loss on their spot purchase, but they cause this fear. It triggers orders, causes a pullback, and then they make, $3, $5, $6 million off the perpetuals, or not the perpetuals, but off the back end, off their trades, off their shorts, off their longs, etc., off their options. This is how these market makers are analyzing this market. They have quant and AI and algorithms we can't beat. And so what I like to do is when I'm looking at these markets and I'm going, okay, when should I buy comp? When should I buy HBAR? When should I buy XRP? I want to find a very key area of interest, which is exactly what you're looking at. The bright yellow line is a key area of interest, a lot of value, a lot of rotation of money into there. And then I draw it out. So if we go to Compound's chart here, you'll be able to see it on the liquidations. We have a key level of interest. We pull it here. Let's go to brush. Go to rectangle. Our area of interest is right here. This is our key level. There's an area of interest right here. So ideally, as someone that's going to buy or dollar cost average, I want to start looking at this level. If it loses this level, you're probably going to move to another key interest point around $36 or $39. But that is where I would want to buy. And once we're in that key area of interest, I want to see the RSI overextended. I want to see the MACD overextended. I want to see the stochastic overextended. I want to see my liquidation heat map moving in confluence with it, right? I want to see my order book and my volume starting to show a lot of support at that level. Then I enter it. Then I enter it. That's just how we do it here. Does it work on mobile, the Discord? Yeah, Discord works on every device. It's on mobile, you can use on tablet, you can use on anything. Narad, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? Not telling you shared AOX. Not telling you. I do like his content, so I'll go check it out. Called some. Nikita say. I'll have to find it, man. I'll look into it for you. I'll look into it for you. Cover it tomorrow more. Cover it tomorrow more. Thank you so much for going over the chart. You're actually the first viewer that actually did due diligence. You're the real dude. Anytime, Tony. Anytime. Glad you're here, man. Glad you're here. Yeah, and you know, there's never. I do want to just remember for everybody, guys, too. There's never a right or wrong answer to this. I trade different than a lot of people. Some people might be dollar cost averaging on a monthly basis, and they don't care. They're like, I'm going to buy at 48 or 39 bucks. I don't care. But for me, it's like I'm going to use my tools to try to buy the best entry points. And so none of this is financial advice. It's just personally what I would do here. But hey, Ondo Boy, are you still bullish on Pinlink? And do you have a price prediction? Yeah, Pinlink's not doing bad at all. Pinlink actually went back into like $1 recently. I don't know where it is now. 70 cents again. So it's kind of following like this. I mean, for an altcoin, right? For an altcoin that launched at the top, the Pico top of the market in after Trump got elected. Doing pretty good. They got real revenue. And that's why, though. They can do buybacks all the time. They're producing hundreds of thousands, not millions of dollars in revenue. So they can do constant buybacks. So I do like Pinlink for the fractional. That's why I like RWAs, guys. Fractionalized marketplaces, real world assets produce real revenue. And that's what makes a strong ecosystem, a strong part, like collective price action, strong volume, et cetera. Because they can do buybacks, like a regular stock company can buy stock buybacks. They can also inject liquidity into the ecosystem with grant programs and development and product development. They can purchase more assets on the books because they actually have real revenue. There's a lot of value to that. So I do like that. But Ondo is still one of my favorite plays, man. Called it right here. We have to get above $1.10. We have to get above $1.10. Once Ondo confirms that it breaks above $1.10, you have very limited liquidity ranges before it shoots back up towards $1.50. So it's going to be kind of like easy, low-level areas of resistance. We just have to we have to change the character first. We have to break the touch. So you can see that this level, massive resistance, huge volumes. This is going to be a point of control. This is a very, very key area, very strong point of control. Price is always going to come to this level. We have a double bottom, potentially a bullish divergence if we were to zoom out on the daily. We could accumulate this. We could even come back down here first before we break through it. Maybe a reverse head and shoulders, right? Maybe that ends up playing out. We don't know how it's necessarily going to play out, but what we do know is once this does break, and it doesn't just break. Look, so you notice here, it broke up one day. The second day, it resisted. So on the daily, when it turns this into the support, that is when you can expect some significant upside. To the downside, we've already covered this a million times. We've called the exact bottom on every single point here on Ondo. This is why we bought the Tesla. We made a $50,000 trade off trading Ondo. You could see this level of support it's massive. It follows to a T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times. 7 out of 7 times it has turned that into support and bounce. So if it comes back down to 80 cents, let's say, God forbid, we get a pullback that big. You know, you get a 3-month sideways, maybe World War III happens or something. I don't know, right? But the price plummets. This is your area of entry. Like Ondo buying here is not a good entry point. It's just not. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say you're like, oh, you got to buy every single day. You got to buy now. You're going to miss out. Like, I'm not here to tell you to FOMO. I'm here to give you historical data and data points to go, okay, yeah, tonight's not the best time to buy. And it's completely okay because guess what? Crypto's 24/7, 365. There's always going to be another play. There's always going to be another trade. If you're constantly chasing every single day to jump into this market, you're going to lose more money than ever. The best traders in the industry are the traders that are patient. Sometimes these traders, one, they don't overtrade. Two, they don't over leverage. They're never going past 5x, right? And three, they might not enter a trade for weeks. They're going to wait for multiple different data points and points of confluence, which simply means multiple different indicators saying the same thing. That's what confluence refers to. And they're going to wait for that perfect entry. So to a patient trader, when is the best time to buy Ondo? When is the best time to buy Ondo? The best time to buy Ondo on the support level, you can see the support here, is when the price is around the support, the RSI is overextended, the stochastic is overextended, and the MACD is looking to cross back over to green. It's turning back over. It's the best time. It's the best time. So just based off this historical data, is now the best time to buy? Yes or no? Definitely not. Does that make me bearish? No. I'm just saying right now, and watch this. I'm going to take a poll in chat here. Chat, let me know how many of you bought under $80,000. How many of you bought under 80 cent Ondo? Just type 1 in chat or raise your hand. Type 1 in chat if you bought under $80,000. We've been screaming at the best possible entry points this entire bear market. But we've been here every single day since the bottom of the market. We've been calling the exact levels we've needed to create a significant spot bag. So now if you're coming into this market, Bitcoin, I think, is too late. I think you're too late to Bitcoin. Bitcoin can go to 160K, sure. You're chasing the top of the trend. Where the money's made in the cycle now is going to be altcoins. But even though I'm saying that, and you guys are going to go, Josh, like you say, like, don't, I'm telling you how it is. The place to make money is going to be altcoins, and it's going to be all dependent on Bitcoin dominance. So if Bitcoin dominance is above 61%, and we jump back up to 63%, this more or less means altcoins. If you see Bitcoin dominance, this is the most important chart. If you see altcoins, Bitcoin dominance rise 4.23%, it means altcoins are dropping like 5, 10, 15, 20, 30%. They're going to get wrecked. That is going to be your time to enter because if this trend breaks, if this multi-year trend breaks on Bitcoin dominance and we break through this last level of dominance, which is the 60% level, you're dropping more or less probably to 58% and starting a true alt season. You're going to see alts performing in over 2, 3, 4 weeks. You're going to see exponential gains on those altcoins. But the problem is even though everybody knows it's going to happen, everyone knows this is going to happen. We know there's going to be FOMO. We know there's going to be parabolic. We know there's going to be banana zones. We know there's going to be all this fear of missing out and greed. The problem is 99% of traders don't come in, or investors don't come into the industry with a trading plan, with a strategy. You seriously, if you buy today, you need to be like, okay, let's say you start with $100. Can you lose that $100? Great, cool. All right, well, then you're just risking it for the biscuit. You're trying to go, maybe turn that into $300 on a random altcoin. Well, let's say you're trading with $1,000 or $5,000. Why wouldn't you, instead of saying, okay, I'm not sure if right now is the best entry point, I'm going to enter a 1.5x long on Bitcoin with a 10% stop loss rather than just leave it on an open order? Why wouldn't you just have a stop loss on your position and then ride it the rest of the market? Why would you rather chase a bunch of altcoins and trade in and out and do all this crazy speculation stuff? Well, the answer is very simple. People like the dopamine. Retail likes the gamble. Retail likes, they see Bitcoin at 120K. They immediately go, I'm not touching that. It's already too expensive. I'm going to go after something under $1, right? That's how psychology works. That psychological perspective is what creates retail bubbles. That's what creates the .com bubble. That's what creates the, 08 bubble. That's what creates the AI bubble we just had 2 years ago with all the AI. So keep that in mind as you guys are approaching this. And so now I still follow 50, 25, 25, 50% in Bitcoin and ETH, 25% into large caps, 25% into mid caps with a subcategory of that into micro caps. I'm going to allocate to altcoins because I do expect alt season to expand. We are expecting to see an alt season. Now, does that mean we're going to get 2, 3x on Ethereum? I don't know. But what I do know is that there's going to be gains, and we want to be prepared to take profit on those gains. Brrr, the FOMO, baby. The FOMO. 160K is optimistic. Optimistic, yes. I think it's definitely optimistic. But it's not impossible. But speaking of impossible, my stomach needs to eat without I didn't eat yet, guys. I still have to eat it. It's on the counter. Steak Shack just got here. So if you guys haven't already, come join the Discover Crypto Discord chat. It is the greatest Discord on I gotta roll all my arms. It is the greatest Discord out there, completely free to join. In here, I post all of our updates. We did get stopped out on the one trade today, and we missed our ETH entry by, I shit you not, $1. $1. It would have been a 30% gainer, but it's okay. You got to be patient. We didn't FOMO into a position. We got stopped out, missed the limit order by literally $1, and then you catch that reversal. We got to be patient. Got to be patient. But I'm doing a $1,000 to $10,000 challenge. Right now, we're up a few grand still, so we're up over 300% on the actual challenge that I'm doing here. I post tons of exclusive content, all of my trades. We do live streams. You can't see them in here, which kind of bugs me, but I do live streams in here almost every single day in the live trading Discord. So there's exclusive content in here for you guys. Someone says it's not free. Aaron, it's 100% free. This Discord's 100% free. There is a paid version that's $99, but that's not where all my content is. All you have to do is get through a referral code on CoinW or Blowfin or one of our partners. That's it. It is free to join the Discord. Okay. It's free to join the Discord. If you guys want to learn how to if you guys want access to our $1 million portfolio, access to what we're earning yield on, all of our DeFi opportunities, and want to learn that, you're more than welcome to sign up for the $99 version. TJ, Veteran Crypto, they'll do one-on-one portfolios and teach you guys how to yield farm and do all that stuff. But that's for the big boys. That's for the big boy, baby. Yeah. Altcoins are just wiped out following the day. Some crap this week. Yeah, it's been an intense week. But there we go, guys. I love you. I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications. You know what to do. And I'll see you guys in the Discord later tonight. Peace out, guys, for watching.
We just wanted to take a quick second to shout out our sponsor, Arculus. They are a cold storage hardware wallet, helps you secure all of your digital assets for the future. Just tap this thing to the back of your phone and boom, you're in. We wouldn't be able to do this without them, but also wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, the Disco fam. You've supported us a lot over the years. If you want to support the channel now, just use the code DC20. It gets you 20% off this card. It's the #1 way you can support this channel going forward. Thank you for your support. We'll see you at the top.